Good day, everyone, and this presentation is entitled The Bidding of Greatest Mathematics Collection, with the theme Managing Data Through Probabilities and Normal Distribution and Linear Regression, as well as its correlation to measure, predict, and analyze outcome. The objective of this presentation is to be able to explain the probabilities and normal distribution and normal curve, distinguish discrete from continuous distribution, discuss the use of standard normal distribution, and lastly, present correlation and linear regression.
Welcome to our mathematics auction. This is a very fancy and elite gathering as math collectors from different parts of the world are here to collect their newest position of choice. Before we start, make sure that all of you who want to bid have your bid card ready. I know most of you can't wait to start the bidding process, especially that our items present the probabilities and normal distribution, which is a continuous probability distribution that is asymmetrical around its mean. Most of the observations cluster around the central peak and contains linear regression and correlation in the representation of extraordinary and limited edition objects. And so, ladies and gentlemen, the bidding starts now.
This is an extraordinary hat. As you can see, its center is bell-shaped like the curve of a normal distribution. That is why it is named as Gaussian hat, because it is inspired by the mathematics Gaussian distribution / normal distribution that is named after the mathematician Carl Friedrich Gauss. This is made to represent the distribution of normal random variable with mean 0 and standard deviation equal to 1. This will remind you the properties of normal distribution like mean, median, and mode that are equal. As you can see, its bell-shaped curve in the center is symmetric, meaning half of the values to the left is exactly the same to the right. With this masterpiece, you can't miss the empirical rule, where 68% of the values are within one standard deviation from the mean, while 2 for 95% and 3 for 99.7%.
100,000 pesos as starting bid for the Gaussian hat.
200,000, 200,001 pesos. 500,000, 500,001 pesos. Are you messing with me, Miss Nuherte? Well, I don't think I am. And if you are confident with what you could offer, then I don't think you should be threatened, Miss Adams. 1 million pesos. 2 million pesos.
Going once? Going twice? Gaussian hat sold for Miss Duherte.
For our next item, we had the Tibetan Buddhism bell. The Tibetan Buddhism bell represents wisdom. In mathematics, the shape of the bell shows a normal curve. A normal curve is a symmetrical bell-shaped curve. The entails are continuous and asymptotic. The mean, median, and mode are equal. The scores are normally distributed if the computed value of the skewness of the normal curve is equal to 0. According to Harvey Berman, the normal distribution is a continuous probability distribution. This has several implications for probability. The probability that a normal random variable x equals any particular value is 0. Additionally, every normal curve, regardless of its mean or standard deviation, conforms to the following rule. About 68% of the area under the curve falls within first standard deviation, 95% of the area under the curve of second standard deviation, and 99.7% of the area under the third standard deviation mean. These points are known as the empirical rule.
The bidding amount will start at 500,000 pesos.
I'll go 700,000. 900,000. 1 million. 2 million.
Any amount? Going once? Going twice?
I'll go twice.
Is there anyone who wants to go further? None? Then the Tibetan Buddhism bell is sold to bidder number 502 for 4 million pesos.
Our next item is a rare antique vase named Distinguished Discrete and Continuous Distribution. It is estimated to be worth thousands. A discrete distribution is one in which the data can only take on a certain values, for example, integers. A continuous distribution is one in which data can take on any value with a specific range, which may be infinite. For a discrete distribution, probabilities can be assigned to the values in the distribution. For example, the probability that the web page will have 12 clicks in 1 hour is 0.15. In contrast, a continuous distribution has an infinite number of possible values, and the probability associated with any particular value of a continuous distribution is null. Therefore, continuous distributions are normally described in terms of probability density, which can be converted into the probability that a value will fall within a certain range. Now let's start the bidding at 28,000. 34,000.
34,000.
36,000.
Now 36,000 pesos.
40,000.
Oh, I heard 40,000 pesos. Going once, going twice. Sold. The rare antique vase, distinguished, discreet, and continuous distribution is sold for a lady in a baby blue dress.
This is a cylinder curved vase. This vase is from Brunei. This vase gives you instructions on how to use standard normal distribution. On this vase, the area underneath each curve above is the same as the majority of the curve. The mean and standard devotions of cylinder vases normal distribution depend on how tall and wide it is. This vase will also be used to the usual normal distribution in mathematics. For example, if 1.4 m is the height of this vase where the mean of cylinder vase is 1.2 m with the standard devotions of 0.4, then z equals 1.4 minus 1.2 and 0.4 equals 0.5. So the cylinder curve vase is half standard normal distribution from mean value at center curve.
Who wants to start the bidding? Anyone?
That's absolutely beautiful. That's perfect in my table. 48,000.
Now at 48,000 pesos.
50,000. 55,000. Oh my gosh. Did you see the bed? That's alien.
Yeah, she has perfect taste for an actress.
55,000 pesos. Awarding at 55,000 pesos.
60,000.
A new bid at 60,000 pesos. This is now 60,000 pesos and selling left, then it's yours here, madam. Cylinder curve vase sold to Miss Enoch for 60,000 pesos. This item is called the correlation matrix, and it is one of the matrices that was made by the founder of the correlation principle, no other than Karl Pearson. It is a table that displays the correlation coefficients for different variables. The matrix depicts the correlation between all the possible pairs of values in a table. It is a powerful tool to summarize a large data set and to identify and visualize patterns in the given data. Karl Pearson's coefficients of correlation is an extensively used mathematical method in which the numerical representation is applied to measure the level of relation between linearly related variables, wherein the coefficient of correlation is expressed by R. The bidding price for the correlation matrix starts at 50,000 in Philippine peso. 100,000, 200,000. Looks like we have a competition here. 200,000 going once, going 500,000. Wow. 500,000 going once, going twice. Correlation matrix sold to the lady at the back. Now I know that you are all excited, so let us move on to the next item.
Allow me to introduce the linear regression. It is an oil on canvas painting by Sir Francis Galton. We need try to compare the heights of fathers and sons. Today, this painting that shows equations is utilized by several economists, psychologists, scientists, and other social scientists. The linear regression can be computed using the equation y is equals to a plus bx, called the least square line or the simple regression line, where a is the y-intercept, b is the slope, x is the predictor variable, and y is the predicted y value. The equation can be solved using these formulas. This painting will allow you to predict a response for a given predictor value, as it is used in the process of prediction. Thus, in order to generate a regression equation and predict the values of the dependent variable, given the independent variable, there is a need to compute the means of the bivariate data first, and then create columns for the summation xy and summation x squared.
We will start the bid with 50,000 pesos.
50,000 pesos, 100,000 pesos, 150,000 pesos, 100,000 pesos, 650,000 pesos, 700,000 pesos. I will win no matter what. Are you sure? 950,000 pesos, 3 million pesos.
Is there anyone who wants to go further? Then linear regression painting sold for Mr. Compasivo.
I am pleased to coordinate and witness one of the most significant bidding held. To know that the items are in the right hands, prove that these events serve its purpose. As you collected the possession of your choice, we are all informed why all of the mathematics terms discussed matter at the same time. All kinds of variables in natural and social sciences are normally or approximately normally distributed. Also, understanding linear regression is important because it provides a scientific calculation for identifying and predicting future outcomes. Lastly, the main benefits of correlation analysis are that it helps companies determine which variables they want to investigate further, and it allows for rapid hypothesis testing.